That was a bit intense, that music, wasn't it?
Sorry. I know.
Sorry, everyone.
Here we go.
So,
I'm setting everything live.
Sorry, full disclosure, everyone. I couldn't find the timer widget thingy that we normally use. They've moved everything on this thing, and I just said, didn't I? Before I was like, I don't know where it is. I'll have to look into that later. So I'm sorry about that funny little video, but we're here. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I think I'm live everywhere. I think I finally managed to connect to my Facebook group.
Wonderful stuff. So we should be in the Blue Star Crochet and Hand Down Crochet Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram, and YouTube channels. Hurrah! Yes. Julia's here. Awesome. Hannah's here. Rachel's here. Kimberly's here. Hello, everyone. Wonderful. We are well. I'm well, definitely. You well?
Yes, yes. Now I overcome all the technical problems that we've had, not connecting and plugging into the modems and Wi-Fi failing me and sound's not working. But we are here despite everything. We are here. And looks like people are coming in as well. Hello, everyone. Say hello to us. Tell us where you're watching from. It's always good to see how far we reach people.
Absolutely. It's very early in the other part of the world, isn't it? Sorry, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. We're just after lunch here. Jessica's here. Hi, Jessica. Donna's here. Hi, Donna. Oh, loads of people. And we get to see where you're joining us as well, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. So do you remember it went through that funny phase where it wouldn't tell us people's names if it
That's right.
Facebook post, did it? YouTube has always told us who it is, but yeah, Facebook always a bit wonky sometimes.
Yes.
Karen's here. Hi, Karen. Renee is here. Hello, hello. I'm recognising lots of people's names here who have already started their blankets. You?
Awesome.
Yay. Annette's here from Long Island.
Oh, we got Italy. Yay.
Ooh. Yes, Lisa's here from Italy. And
amazing.
Windsor. North Dakota. Amazing. 7:40 a.m. in Alabama. Good morning to you, Hannah.
Good morning. Enjoy your morning coffee with us.
Until it's 5 a.m. Oh my gosh.
That's some dedication there.
Absolute commitment. We applaud you. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We are popping back in because we have officially launched our Pick and Mix blanket crochet along. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Indeed.
Yes, yeah. After inviting everyone for the past 2 weeks, it's now all live and all a go. And people are making their squares. I haven't seen anyone joining anything yet. I think everyone's just making them first, and no one's been brave enough to join as they go, which I think is probably a good idea. So if you haven't seen what we're doing, we've both designed a blanket that has got different size squares. Have you got yours with you?
I do have mine, yes, right next to me. I hope I don't spill my cup of tea.
Don't spill a cup of tea. Don't do that. We've got small squares. Well, I say small, so they're 6-inch squares. We've got 12-inch squares, and we've got 18-inch squares. And we have very, very different blankets. But the great thing is you can pick and mix, hence the name, which squares you want to do. Because, of course, there's so many different ways that these can tessellate to create whatever kind of blanket that you want to.
Absolutely.
So, people have already begun, haven't they? And are diving into their yarn stash, or they've ordered that. There's some people that have ordered our exact colours, which I'm very excited by.
That's right, yeah.
I haven't seen any. You want an all cream one, don't you? But I haven't seen one of those yet.
No, I haven't seen that pop up yet. So I don't know whether the dedication fizzled out or whether it's going to happen. But either way, whatever people decide to do, I'd love to see their versions because we've had loads of color chat in the Facebook chat that's connected to my group. Yes. If you wanted to join that, there is loads of people chatting about colors and color palettes and yarn choices. And I believe someone said in there, and you have to check that out, that Mary Maxim has got a little sale on for the couple of yarns that we have recommended as yarn substitutes. So if you do want to join the chat, go ahead and join a group, and then the chat is pinned in there if you wanted to join. And it's great because people help each other. People kind of, and we had a lady post earlier like, I'm not sure about this color palette, but everyone really loved this, so she decided to go with it. So yeah, lots of color chat. I think we inspired people to step out of their comfort zones with the colors for these blankets.
Pick their own colors. Yeah. And so for anyone who hasn't joined any of our crochet alongs before, this one, because it's a collaboration, we're running in both of our Facebook community groups, so you can post in either of those. Normally I only allow my own designs to be posted and support with my own patterns, but for this crochet along you can post either of these patterns. You can do the whole of Veronica's blanket but post in my group. That's absolutely no problem. And in fact, we want you to post in both places, please, because there'll be different people seeing them at different times, and just help the algorithms, show it to more people and share it with us all.
Absolutely.
We've got Jessica saying, I can't wait to get started, but got too many whips. You'll have to wait. It will wait. And that's the other thing, isn't it? Like, we've launched this now and we're running it. We've got 4 weeks worth, haven't we, of releasing a part of the pattern each week for the next 4 weeks. But do you know what? If you can't get to it until towards the end, then don't worry. Just join when you can.
Absolutely.
It's really no worries at all.
Yeah, that's why the kind of VIP version works really great, to have all the patterns in one place and download the ebooks. All the patterns will be free on our blogs after the crochet along's finished as well. So whichever way you want to join, by all means do join us at any point. And even if you join us a couple of months later, when all the whips are finished, then by all means still post in the groups. We'll still be happy to see. I'm always happy to see when people use designs, and sometimes when it's a really old design and people post, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even remember that I designed that before. And then also, do you ever get that worried? It's like, I hope the pattern was okay. Because, like, in the early days when I used to write patterns, because I started with magazine patterns, so the early patterns are very short and sweet, to the point, like in the magazine. So when someone makes something from the older patterns, I'm like, oh, I hope that worked out okay.
It is really interesting, isn't it? Because we both come from that magazine background, don't we? And we've talked about that in the past, actually. And I don't know if anyone will find this interesting, but all of us designers, we write in a different way, don't we? Because there are standardized ways, but we've all got our own quirks and ways of doing things. But for magazines, they have such little print, like physical print space, that they get you to cut out as much as you possibly can. So it's literally just like a code, isn't it? There's no, if you want to make this like this, then do that, whereas now I write so much more into my patterns of adjustments and changes and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's why we had to call the patterns ebooks, because they know all the patterns. Like once you go past page 25 of the PDF, it's like, it's an ebook now.
Yeah, definitely. So there's no guesswork. We don't want any guesswork for anyone in this. We put in as much information as we possibly can in both of the ebooks. And actually, while I think about it, I've had a couple of messages from people saying about, are our patterns available individually? And the answer at the moment is no. Until the end of the crochet along, the only way to purchase the PDF patterns is to buy the VIP package, but it's a buy one get one free. So you're basically just buy. So afterwards, when we do release them individually, and they won't be available together anymore, they will be the same price as it is currently for both of them. So if you like either of them, you're actually better off just buying the VIP now, because it won't be cheaper than that to get one of them. Does that make sense? I said that right?
That makes perfect sense. Yeah. Plus, you get the 3 bonus guides with the VIP at the moment as well. We've got help with layout. So we took the amount of squares that we used and come up with different layouts you can do. We've got color inspiration. I mean, the chat in the Facebook group chat, it's all about colors. So if you wanted to get the VIP package, and you get loads of help with choosing colors. Hannah put an amazing resource together. And the third one is joining technique. So once you have got your big pile of squares and you need to join them together, I've put together techniques on how to join them and what it looks like from front, from back, so you can choose the one you prefer. I just went for single crochets, and I worked through, when you put your squares together, I went through the back loop on the one close to me and the front loop on the one away from me. And my tops of the single crochet stitches kind of sit at the front, because I really do like that join. It kind of gives it a bit more definition. So that's my choice. I know Hannah used a different technique, and there is loads of other techniques in the PDF as well.
Yeah, so I use the flat, I can't say it, I don't know why I ever chose it. Flat slip stitch seam. Thank you. And I used a contrast color as well. Like, that's the cool thing about it. Like, you can completely change the look of your blanket by just changing one aspect, and the joining thing is a really easy thing to change, especially at the end. Like, you can experiment with it a bit, can't you? That's the other thing. We want people to have fun, and this isn't about just making the blanket in the exact same way that we have. But if you want to do that, absolutely brilliant. We would love to see that. But we want you to have fun. We want you to have this kind of safety net of us and everyone else joining in to give you the confidence to go, I'm going to choose these different colors, and I am going to join them differently. And I, like, just try new things, challenge yourself.
Absolutely. Or if you want to completely kind of go your own way, you don't even have to make a blanket. You can just take those squares and make whatever your heart desires, honestly, whether it's a bag or cushion cover, or we chatted about cat blankets. If you want to make a blanket for cats, by all means, go ahead and use these 6 square designs, put them together in any way you wish, and make whatever project you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. While I'm thinking of it, if now don't all go at me on here, if it's on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, or if you are on the Facebook group page, not the Facebook group, Instagram or Facebook page, if you put the word pick into the comments, you will be able to get a message from us to tell you the link, because I know it's hard for some people to scan the QR code. So if you put the word pick or mix in the comments, you'll get a message from one or the other of us that will tell you where to go to find all the pattern and stuff. But if in doubt, visit our blogs. That's the thing. Blue Star Crochet or Hand Dyed Crochet. Go and find our blogs, and you'll find the last blog post that we've just posted this week is the one for this blanket, and that's where you'll find everything that you'll need to know, including the first part of the pattern if you're going to access it for free.
Amazing.
Oh, Karen said there about magazine pattern. Yeah, saying about magazine patterns are still tough for me. Yeah, it's a real art form, isn't it? I remember my mum, and we've talked about this before, my mum had really old magazine, almost like newspapers, and everything was just so tight. You had to like read it with a magnifying glass. And you said as well from back home, they're really hard to read as well.
They are. They're more like a recipe type patterns, they don't even actually tell you what to do row by row or round by round. They literally give you a crochet chart, so like a diagram, and they tell you, right, work this part of the diagram that many times, and then join it here and work that part of the diagram. And it's a real, it's kind of like a skill in itself to get to the end product following those instructions.
Which is quite cool. We like to make things accessible, though, don't we? We don't want to exclude anyone. And that's the other thing. So there are video tutorials. We went a bit overboard, not overboard, but we went for it, didn't we, on the videos? Yes. So I think there's something like 5 hours worth of video to take you through every single part of this process. So on our YouTube channels, part 1 is released now, the small square, and then subsequent weeks we'll release the rest of them. But if you have got the VIP package, then the links will all be in there already, so you can watch them at any time.
Yeah, everything will work already. And I did do timestamps for my videos because the large square was kind of going on to 2 hours. So I thought I'll just write out the timestamps for the different rounds. So, if you're just stuck with a particular round and you need to have the visual, you can just kind of scroll forward to that part of the video, because I know how annoying it is when you're watching video tutorials and you just think, I just need that one part and I don't have 2 hours to sit here and watch the entire thing.
I'm on round 23 and I need to. Yeah.
So that's in the ebook pattern, the VIP. It's got the timestamps in there if you needed to scroll forward.
Oh, look what Kimberly's saying. Thinking of a dog sweater too. Yay!
Love that. Just don't tell our dogs that you're making a dog sweater because they'll want one too.
I don't know. We'd have to use different size sweaters, wouldn't we, for our dogs? We've got like little and large, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How big's Roxy? She's not very big, is she?
She's the size of a kind of she's a French bulldog crossed with Boston Terrier. So she's not very big. She's not a pocket dog, but she's not very big.
Well, we've got 2 dogs, as you know, and they think they're lap dogs, but they are not lap dogs. They're like 30 odd kilos each. So yeah.
Saying that large dogs always think they're smaller than they really are.
But to be fair to them, their breed, they're known for being able to squash themselves into a very tight ball. There's a saying of if I fits, I sits. They squish themselves. So anyway, that's our dogs. So maybe I'll make a sweater for one of them. What else have we got? Who else? And obviously we're here today to answer, and I can't believe I'm going to say, we're here today to answer any questions that you have about the crochet along, anything about colour, anything about yarn, etc., etc. Just shout out any kind of questions you have.
And then we will tease you for a little bit longer and announce something super exciting. Oh,
I've covered you up, sorry. I don't know how to move it without...
That's okay.
Maybe I'm going to press a button and see what happens. Oh no, it didn't change anything. Never mind.
No, we're good.
Lisa, that's really kind of you to say. It is a tremendous amount of work. All of these projects and stuff that we do is a tremendous amount of work, but we love it, and we love that you love it. So it works for everyone, hey?
It's absolutely worth it, definitely, yeah.
Oh, pillows are a good idea as well. Jessica saying, I go through phases. I made loads and loads of pillows years ago, and then I sort of fell out of love because I was like, I don't know how many more. I mean, you could always use more pillows, but like at some point, people in my house get cross with the amount of pillows that we already have, so I can't make any more. Look at this for a combination. A Great Dane and 2 Chihuahuas.
Wow. Now, who rules the house? You have to tell us. My bet is on the 2 hours. But tell us who rules the house, because my mum and dad, they've got a Chihuahua and a Doberman, and the Chihuahua is definitely the one who wears the pants and tells the big dog what to do. And
that's interesting.
What some would say that it's the small dog syndrome, isn't it? They do need to prove something because they're so little, don't they?
Definitely. Oh gosh, Kimberly, but we're on to dogs now. Both my breeds are a mix of 5 breeds.
Wow.
Both my breeds are a mix of 5 breeds. That's crazy. And someone saying they just need to back up as I'm just finding you today. Absolutely, no problem at all. No problem at all. Scan that QR code or say pick. Or no, you're watching on YouTube. No, that won't work for you. So go to our blogs or scan that QR code, and you can join in the crochet along anytime.
That's right. Will the link go through on YouTube? Does the link?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Does it? Shall I try? I'll put it in.
Oh, have a great day. Someone got to clock in for work. Oh boo!
But have a lovely day.
Absolutely.
Oh, and dish towels. I can never make enough. People love them, and I can have for myself. Oh yeah. Do you know what? It's something I'm challenging myself this year to make some dishcloths. I've never made any or designed any, and I just thought, do you know what? Maybe I should.
Do you know? I made a pot holder, so it's like a double thickness.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm not, I don't make dishcloths. I don't make pot holders and stuff like that. I use it all the time.
Ah, really?
I actually use it all the time because it's so nice and thick.
Yes.
From 100% cotton. And I just forever put pans on top of it. When I take something out of the oven, it just goes straight on top of it. And I haven't made any more just yet, but I'm thinking, I should probably make some more as well, because it's surprising how something I thought I would never use, I use literally like every time I cook.
Well, do you know the crochet thing in our house, apart from blankets being around, but the thing that gets used the most is a peg bag that I designed for a magazine years and years ago. Like, I don't know, probably 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's made from cotton, and this poor thing has been bleached in the sun, and it's been out in the rain, and it's still going strong. It's still going strong. So I'm like, actually, practical things. Do people like practical things? I never know.
No, I never know. But yeah.
And peg bag holders, and because you see lots of the bowl cover things, don't you? The hot bowl covers and things like that. And I'm always like, oh, I wonder if people tell us. Do you make them? And if you make them, do you use them?
Yeah, or do you gift them? That's a good gift as well, isn't it?
It's a good gift, because that's the thing. Like, lots of my audience I know like garments and like blankets, but you can't. They're such a time investment, aren't they, to do for people?
Oh, Julia, I love that.
Oh my gosh, Julia, love making pot holders. I have one's 58 years old and still in use. Excellent.
Awesome.
Look at that. And oh, I'd love a peg bag.
Okay,
I'd have to make a new one because it's not pretty enough for pictures anymore. It's still functional though, but it's not pretty enough. Funny, wouldn't it? Not really funny.
Awesome.
But yes, but if you, like us, are lovers of blankets, then come and join us for this crochet along. It's very exciting, isn't it? Not necessarily to be working towards the finished item, but actually to be seeing people achieving, because the stitches, they're not terribly complicated, but they look complicated, I think, don't they? Like, especially some, like, well, both of them actually, but especially some of the flowery stitches on yours. I know they're not tricky, but they, my gosh, they do look tricky, don't they, when they're all put together?
Yeah. So, I think it's more about the stitch placement rather than actual, like doing the stitches, because even this kind of interlocking crochet part, it's literally a treble crochet and a chain space. So you can achieve that beautiful color change with literally 2 simple stitches, but it's more about the stitch placement than anything else on those. But yes, I think the 5 hours of video tutorials should help with that.
Hopefully. Oh, I just need to go back because Kimberly and Karen say, "What's a peg bag?" I'm so sorry, isn't it?
Is it UK?
Is this a UK thing? I don't know. So pegs that you would hang your washing out with. I don't know if there's another word for them in the world.
I don't know. Are pegs everywhere?
Pegs? I don't know. Wooden pegs that you would hang your laundry and washing out with on the washing line. A bag that holds them. So basically, it's got a coat hanger in it. Mine's got a wooden coat hanger in it, and then the metal part of the coat hanger hangs on the line. And then you've got a hole. I'm not describing it very well, but it's basically a bag with a hole in the middle that you pop your hand in, get your peg out, and then peg your washing on the line. That's kind of
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, so you've got your instead of baskets for pegs, we've got those peg bags. Yeah, clothespins. There we go.
There you are. Yeah, clothespins, and then you can slide it along the line as you go, so you don't have to keep bending down and getting it. It's literally there.
Absolutely. Everyone seems to be calling them clothespins. Okay.
There's clothespins in the US. There we go.
Right. So now if you do release the peg bag, you'll have to call it the clothespins bag.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Oh dear. I bet people are wondering what we were talking about at the moment.
Who is this woman? What is she talking about? These strange people in the UK.
But we learn something new every day.
Absolutely. But awesome. Yeah, it's no wonder that we have a different, language for crochet if we can't even call pegs the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But yes, what we say stitches, won't we? Yeah, because I often look at especially what looks really complicated in yours about thinking, oh, do I need to do different color changes in a round? But you don't, do you? It's the same color for each round.
Yeah, no, it's one color, one round. I'm not going to torture people with carrying colors or changing colors mid-round. It's all done one color for one round for the interlocking, and pretty much all the squares. When you create like the tulip stitch there, I don't know whether that's going to come through. It's one round in a darker green and then the pink at the top to create the tulip stitch. So yeah, no torture in here. One color, one round. Oh dear.
Oh gosh, we're still on the clothespins and peg bags. Renee and Julia saying that people rarely use them anymore. Oh, how do people dry your clothes? How do people dry your clothes and get their fresh air into them?
Interesting. We've got a bag for market runs that you hang on a peg between trips. Oh, that's what they thought that it was. The peg bag was. Okay.
I see. Oh, and a question here to you, Veronica. Do you use UK crochet terms? That's a good question, actually.
Not anymore, not lately. I did start with UK terms when we used to work on the magazine patterns, because they're obviously UK magazines. So some of the earlier patterns are only in UK terms. Then I kind of went on a mix of both US and UK. But since I started my blogs about 5 years ago, I just stuck to US terms because that's the terms I learned with. I learned in Slovakian terms, but the Slovakian terms translate better into US terms in terms of, like, you know, single crochet means single crochet when you translate it into Slovakian as well. So not that I write patterns in Slovakian, because like I said, they're more recipes than anything else. But no, I don't use UK terms lately. It's all in US terms. And if you asking specifically for this ebook, Pick and Mix Blankets, it's all US terms throughout. So there's no confusion.
Yes.
Whichever you need to convert to. No, it's all US terms throughout.
Yeah, I'm the same. So I do US terms, but with a UK conversion chart in all of my patterns. So if you wanted to switch them out, you can.
Yeah.
And we're back on the clothes pegs.
Oh,
this is so interesting. Kimberly said too many earwigs here. I never thought about it. Like, okay, we don't have anything terribly well, not that they're exciting, are they? But, you know, and too much pollen in Texas. I'd never thought of that. Oh gosh, no wonder. So yeah, clothes dryers. That makes sense. So there's no reason for me to. What could I turn it into instead for everyone that might be useful rather than a peg bag?
What can you put in a peg bag?
No, what would be helpful? Or maybe I should just leave it and I should just use it myself and not worry about it.
Or maybe UK. It's just a UK market thing, isn't it?
Although most days when it rains, you can't hang it out anyway, so you know.
Absolutely. Although we've got a good run at the moment.
I know, don't say it.
Got a good run of weather. I think this is our UK summer. I've said this for the last couple of years. April's been amazing, and then it got to summer and it just all went down the bag. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Kimberly said game bag. That would be a good idea. Yeah, it could work for that, because then you could put a drawstring on it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, we got, my mum was Lithuanian and she taught me as a child in UK terms. Okay. It's not terribly difficult to switch between the two if you've got the conversion in front of you, but yeah, it's US terms. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. What was the other thing I thought we should talk about? Oh, yarn wise. So if you haven't yet chosen your yarn or ordered your yarn, we've got obviously all the information. You can still sign up for the free supply list if you want to. Yeah. And that has got our yarn idea, or the exact yarn that we use, and then yarn substitutes or different recommendations that we have. Like we said, there's lots from Mary Maxim, there's from Hobie, there's Hirschner's, there's lots of different yarn brands that have nice yarn that would work for this. And we went with a sport weight, didn't we? But I think a light DK would actually work really nicely as well, because for blankets you can kind of fudge it a bit, can't you? Don't tell anyone I said that, but you know, like there or thereabouts. Someone posted in my group actually yesterday saying that they've done their small square, but it's not 6 inches, it's 7 inches, and hey ho. And I'm like, yes, excellent. It doesn't matter. Like if you're making a garment, if you're making something that fits like a hat or gloves or whatever, then of course it matters, but it doesn't really for a blanket, does it?
No, I think as long as you don't mind that it's not going to be bang on the measurements of our blankets, then you're good to go. And I think I caught some post or in the Facebook chat that some people are actually using worsted weight as well.
Oh no!
So if you just want your blanket to be bigger and kind of more like wrap around you a bit better or whatever, by all means you can use worsted weight. It's totally fine.
Yes, you're right. Someone that's done all of my crochet alongs messaged me and said, like, I just don't want to do it in a fine yarn. I want to do it in the worsted. Can I do that? And I was like, yeah, of course. So actually what they're going to do is just they've done themselves like a swatch of the small one, and then worked out that the medium will be twice that size, and then that will be then three times of the large one. And then they've done themselves a layout to figure out, that's the great thing, isn't it? You can just make some small squares and put them together and figure out, well, actually I need a few more to make it the size I want it to be.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, there is no restrictions on yarn weights or colors or amount of colors as well. I used 6 different colors. If you wanted to go for even more colors, incorporate if you've got some in your stash, little oddballs of yarn, and you want to just really go for totally random colorful blanket, by all means use up your stash as well. That's a great idea too. And these squares are pretty good for using up stash, even if you've got some small odd ends, because the small squares, they literally use a little bit for each round. So that's a great idea too.
I saw someone saying I can't remember if it's your group or my group, but saying that they're moving house, so this is a brilliant reason to use up the yarn stash.
Yeah, not rings a bell.
I am going to take it with me, but in blanket form as opposed to in a box. I was like, yes, I love that idea.
That's amazing. That's a good housewarming gift, isn't it, to yourself? A new blanket.
Oh, this one from Chelsea. I always end up winging it, even though I swear I followed the pattern precisely. There is nothing wrong with winging it, as long as you're happy with the outcome. If you're not, then obviously that's a different thing. But if you're happy with the outcome, it really doesn't matter, does it?
But honestly, Chelsea, to tell you a secret, that's how many designers start, and that's how I started. That's how Hannah started. You just take a pattern and you think like, oh, well, I want it this way, or I want this to go that way, or I want to change things. And you kind of end up with something completely new. So that's a great way to learn different techniques and stuff. And then you never know, you might even go on to write your own patterns.
Yeah, I did. Mine was like that. I could see a stitch that I really liked, but I didn't like how it was used in the item. So I was like, well, I'll just use that stitch and then create my own version of it. That's how I kind of started, just being a bit cross at, well, that doesn't look how I want it to look, so I'm going to just make it myself. And I never put too much thought into how to do that.
Yeah.
I got to the point of needing to physically do that. Yeah.
Mine was like I liked a sweater for Jacob, for my older boy, but I wanted to use Tunisian I wanted to have that, that knit look. So I took the raglan technique, going top down and increasing, but I did it in Tunisian, and that was my first pattern.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. And it's the pattern that ended up in Inside Crochet as well. I don't know what possessed me to email the editor, and I was, I made this cardigan. And she was like, I love it. I want to print it. Have you ever written a pattern? I'm like, no. No, never. And rest is the history. Oh, love it. I Frankenstein my makes all the time.
Brilliant. And that's the thing. Then they're yours, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Make them unique.
Absolutely.
This is interesting. I haven't read the whole thing yet. Sorry, I keep covering your face. I don't know how to switch us around.
Don't worry, it's fine.
I make one like the pattern to learn the process, then frog it sometimes, or when I make the third one more custom. Yeah, and there is, and that's the thing, isn't it? The knowledge of, I can do this. I have learned the aspects of this, and now I can take this forward. And I know that we both love to teach people. Like there needs to be a teaching point in all of our patterns. Whether that's, how to work in the round, how to work a raglan, how to, change this or change that. And then you can take that onto other projects as well. Yeah. It's all about building your skills, those skills. Definitely.
Right. So if there are no real questions, shall we spill the beans?
Do it.
Let's do it. So we've got a bit of a announcement for this crochet along, and we've been chatting back and forth with Hannah, and we decided to start announce a prize draw for everyone that takes part in this crochet along. And what you have to do is just get involved. Get involved and shout from the rooftops. Get making on your blanket squares or whatever project you choose. It doesn't have to be a blanket. But what you have to do in order to enter the prize draw is post in our Facebook community groups. So it's the Hanjan community group and Blue Star Crochet community groups on Facebook. And just basically share your progress, share your makes, the pick and mix blanket crochet along makes, may I add, just a detail. So just make a post in Facebook groups, and the only thing you have to do is post in both of our groups. So you have to make a post in Hanjan Crochet Community and in a Blue Star Crochet Community. It doesn't have to be the same post, you don't have to duplicate posts. But just join both of our Facebook groups and make a post in each of the groups for the duration of the crochet along up until the 16th of May, we said. So that's going to be a bit of a cutoff date. So after the crochet along kind of officially finishes on the 2nd of May, we're going to give you a couple of weeks extra to finish up what you started. If you wanted to add a few more squares, or if you kind of felt a little bit behind with your project, that's completely fine. You're going to have a couple of weeks to finish up what you are making. And don't worry if it's not completely finished either. We said, effort counts, and if you're making a large blanket and maybe the blanket's not quite finished 2 weeks after the crochet along finishes, that's fine. Still make a post in both of the Facebook groups in order to be kind of entered into the prize draw. And the prize is we're going to give one lucky winner that we're going to pick at random $50 gift card for yarn. What else? For yarn.
We were like, what should we? Oh, yeah, yarn. And what we're going to do is, once we've announced the winner, we'll obviously people will get their yarn from different places all around the world. So we will figure out where is best for the winner to have that voucher. But it's going to be a voucher for $50 worth of yarn.
Absolutely. So yeah, wherever you're based, wherever you order from, perhaps regular, we'll just get you a gift card for your preferred choice, and it's going to be $50 US dollars for yarn. Of course, it's going to be yarn or anything else you want to order, but
from a yarn related place. Yep. Yeah, so post. And I mean, even without the draw, we still want you to post in our groups and stuff anyway, progress reports and stuff, and show us what you've got. Ask your questions. That's the other thing, because I think I struggled the most when it came to the layout of mine. Even though I'd planned it, when I then had finished them, I jiggled them around so many times and took so many different pictures. And that, as we carry on and we go through the weeks, we have lots of tips to help you with that. So if you're getting to that point and you're feeling a bit lost, ask in the groups for help and guidance, because we can absolutely help you with the layout and everything.
Yeah, definitely. So post away in both of the groups. We can't wait to see what you guys get up to with colors and layouts and whatever projects you chose as well, whether it's a dog sweater. We've got another one on the list. By all means, as long as it's the squares from the pick and mix crochet along, anything counts, anything goes. And we can't wait to see what you get up to.
Maybe we could do a bonus offshoot prize for the most creative use of the squares. That might be a nice little extra.
Okay, yeah, the most
bonus entry if you use them. Yeah, use them in an inventive way.
Think outside the box.
Definitely. Definitely. But yeah, I think we've covered everything today, haven't we? Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. If you have any more questions, if you're watching this on replay, we'll catch up with the comments after, as soon as we can. So if you've got any questions, please do ask them wherever you're watching. And make sure you go to our blogs and find the pattern and the details and get the VIP if you'd like it, with all the extras, or just view it on the blog, for which the other, that was it. I was going to say there's something else I knew. We both run an app called Grow on our websites, which is the way that you will get access to the free version. So you will have to say, it's a way of us protecting our copyright and our patterns. So they're hidden under a thing. It will be blacked out or grayed out, isn't it? And it will say subscribe here. So you basically just need to enter your details and then the pattern will appear underneath it. It doesn't cost you anything. Just put in your information that they ask for. It's nothing exciting.
Yeah, but it's also a great thing, because if you then visit other blogs that use the Grow widget or app, you can actually kind of go browsing through the internet. And if the particular blog or website does use Grow, you can then bookmark pages, you can save posts for later, and you can basically create like your very own library of the internet. So I've got my account, and so many times when I land on mostly food, I just go looking on food.
That's brilliant.
So if I land on a food blog and I'm like, oh my gosh, this apple pie, I can smell it through the screen because it looks so delicious. But I've got, if you bookmark it on your phone, it gets deleted, or you close the tab and then it disappears. So if you do have Grow, like my Grow is basically just like food library. But you can save that post, you can bookmark it, and then you don't have to go searching on the internet again, thinking, oh, where did I see this apple pie?
Yeah, why didn't I leave it?
You just go into your Grow account, and that delicious looking, nice smelling apple pie will be there waiting for you. Translated to Crochet. So your pick and mix blankets, if you bookmark those posts via the Grow app, they'll be there waiting for you. So you don't have to then go searching through our blogs. Just go into your Grow account and access it from there. So it's like your little personal library of crochet patterns, knitting patterns, food, sewing, whatever you're into, it'll all be there waiting for you to revisit whenever you have time to bake the apple pie.
And once you've logged in as well, as long as you're using that same browser, it will keep you logged in. So you don't have to do it every time.
Yeah.
So once you set it up, it's nice and easy.
Absolutely. So yeah, I did have a couple of questions about the Grow as well. So thank you for addressing that.
I suddenly thought earlier, I was like, oh, we must say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, any questions, anyone, just shout them out and we will get back to you as soon as we can. But thanks as always for joining us. And we'll pop back at some point next week, won't we, to say about the medium squares that we're doing, etc. And answer any questions that you have there. But otherwise, have a lovely, lovely week, everyone.
Yes.
And we'll see you again soon.
See you very soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.